Mariana Branch is here from the fabulous Kingsville Library.
You're twin today.
Yeah.
This is not planned.
Yeah. Although often we call and decide what we're going to wear, but then we don't see each other to know if we all came through on it there. So, yesterday on the show, I'm going to see if you can figure this out.
Okay.
We had your agent on, the person that is looking after your career as far as your photos of you and video of you. He was on the show yesterday. Who am I thinking of?
I have no idea.
Randy Jones.
Oh, Randy Jones.
He's the one that
he's my PR person.
He's the one that got your picture on all of the posters, and I guess you were in the video for United Way.
Yeah, but there were many of us. I mean, we do our rounds.
All right,
Kathy was 1 year, I was 1 year, Susan from Andover was in the video one year. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily make me special or anything. It's special to help them, I must say.
Right.
They have a great reading campaign going on, which I'm sure he talked about extensively, not only with the doctors, but the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. So.
He says that's getting kind of expensive. The Dolly Parton, they're getting a lot of.
They get a lot. Yeah, they get a lot of books too. So
here's a trivia question for you.
Okay.
What library in the county has the most people participating?
Oh wow, that's a good question. I don't know if he shared that with me. I would think. Let me see. For some reason, I would think it was somewhere in South County. For some reason.
You would be absolutely wrong.
Wow, really?
It was Conneaut.
Is it Conneaut?
Yeah.
Awesome.
He says it's more than Ashtabula, which I would imagine would include Geneva.
Yeah.
I don't know if they lump those together.
I think part of it is just promoting it too. Like we really like to promote our services. That's why,
And you can do it online.
Yes. And
you can. So that if
you don't even need us anymore.
No,
isn't that terrible?
You don't have to go to the library.
You don't need. Well, you need the library, but
what you don't. Okay, do you just need a library? Your card.
You don't need a card or anything. I was just joking that everybody needs a library, but to hook up to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, you just go to the website and the parent or guardian can sign up themselves. Yep, it's that easy, and you can sign up multiple children in the household. I just filled out the cards for a family, and they had 3 kids, and they all get books that are age appropriate, which is really cool.
So from birth to age 5, you get a book a month.
Yep, that's a lot of books.
Yeah,
and they're nice quality. They're very nice quality. So the only thing is when people move, they have to remember to update that. Just when we move or change our email address, you always got to update everybody with your info.
And he says you can easily do that online now.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, they've made it very, very easy for everybody.
So there's no income or anything requirements, so that
no.
So you just get a free book a month until the kid turns 5.
Yeah, and they have their own little library collection. Then that's the beauty of it.
I can't remember. I was trying to think earlier, but it was a good sized percentage of members of certain people with certain incomes that don't have any books at all in their house.
Yeah, it was. It was. I wanted to say it was like in the 80th percentile range. I think it was pretty high. I maybe make it a little bit high. It is awful. Yeah, and it gives the kids a sense of ownership.
Sure.
It gives them, just learning to take care of their things when they have this beautiful collection of books, and just gets people reading. Even just looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
You don't even have to read the book necessarily. It's just about engaging and having a conversation with a child and using your imagination and making up stories even. If you've read the book 10 times, change the story. Do that yourself and make a new ending. Make it fun. So.
And what he said is that after kids are born, if they go born at Ashtabula County Medical Center, the mother gives a book to this little pink thing that's sitting there.
Well, some of us read to our babies while they were inside too.
Yeah,
I mean, you start that early. They recognize your voice, right away. So that's, it's important to connect with your kids and grandkids, and
I was going through my YouTube channel with videos mostly of the kids, and there's one of Henry at age 3, and he had memorized, and I can't remember the title, somebody's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So the time he couldn't read, but he had memorized the book, because I would be sitting with the book, and he got he knew it word for word.
Right.
So we did a video of him doing it, and he would get, because he was 3, he would get antsy. So he would be climbing on the couch, and then he would stick his head down on the couch and his butt up in the air while he's still talking. And it's just the cutest thing if you can find it on YouTube. But
yeah, but you taught him.
I didn't.
But you taught him a skill, like he was memorizing things. And
yeah.
When does that become important, right? When we go to school and we have to take all those nasty tests and you have to memorize all those facts. And
I would show the camera the pictures after he would tell the story, and he would like look over like that so he could see the pictures too, even though he'd seen them a million times.
That's cool.
But I mean, a year later, before he went to kindergarten, he could read very well.
Yeah.
So, but
he's a bright boy.
It doesn't take off after me. But what Randy said is that at a certain age, at certain socioeconomic status, that kids don't hear as many words.
Right. Yes.
Far fewer words.
Right. Their vocabulary.
And they go to school without knowing numbers at all or letters, and the teachers are good, but they aren't that good. You gotta start with something.
Well, and they expect a lot more today in schools.
They do.
Know. Yeah, it's no more playtime, nap time, whatever. No, they're hitting the ground running when they're in kindergarten.
When I went to kindergarten, my best friend Sally lived across the street, and I go to her house all the time. And kindergarten, no reading whatsoever. First grade, it's like, does anybody know how to read? No, the kids are like me. I'm like, Sally raises her hand, and she read Dick, Jane, and Sally just fluidly. And I thought, whoa, she never said she could read. Now, the book was See Sally Go, 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 See Sally Go. It wasn't, they didn't make it into a major motion picture or anything. But,
yeah. Well, they used to not start school till first grade.
Right.
Back when, not that long ago. So
my dad, I think, when he lived in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and he was an educator. He was the principal at North Kingsville before he retired. But when he started in the first grade.
And I just found a picture of your dad in our archives in the library. I was flipping through, we have a binder of news articles.
Oh, really?
And
Well, he
principal
was
of North Kingsville Elementary, there he is. And I meant to bring it today, I apologize. I was going to, make a copy for you. So.
He was on the board of Kingsville Public Library for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Even after he retired.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go back in the archives and we can find his name in there. So it's a great place. So what do we got going on, huh? We got a lot going on. I don't even know where to start. Look at all these papers. We have technology classes. We have fun movie stuff coming up. So there's just quite a bit going on. But the computer classes seem to be getting everybody all excited.
So you've got like a part-time guy that just spends time at the library.
We do. So we are very, very fortunate through the State Library of Ohio and Conneaut Foundation. A huge thank you to them. We have an AmeriCorps member. He is a Kent State student, and he is working at the library 20 hours a week. And he's there to help people one-on-one with their iPads, with their tablets, and also he's running computer classes for part of that time. So it's been wonderful. The classes seem to be filling up. They're small, they're small classes. Which is good. It's very good because it's not intimidating to anybody. Everybody's on the same level, so you don't have to feel bad if you're,
And so they're classes for early, and then people that know something, and
so our first classes we had were basic computers. That's where we started, and we'll continue these basic classes as well. But this month, everyone was asking about Windows 10. Because, you get that pop-up on the bottom of your screen that says, hey, you haven't upgraded yet. And, and everybody's afraid to click that button to go to Windows 10.
I've been told now it's okay.
It's probably okay, but it's still a new platform. It looks different. So there's still this learning curve to find where all the tools are at and stuff. So he's going to have a Windows 10 class. Right now, it's on November 12th, and it's from 4 to 6 on that Thursday evening. It's full right now, but we're putting a waiting list together. What we'll do is we'll call everyone signed up, and if they can't make it for some reason, then we'll call people on the waiting list. And we'll run this class again, so just to get your name on a list so we can call you and contact you about that.
I've got a Mac, and they keep getting these things bugging me. Are you going to update? Are you going to update now? Would you like to update tonight? Do you want us to remind you? There's no thing for saying just leave me alone.
Right.
So I finally updated it, and the structure of the hard drive now is completely different. I can't find anything. And if you want to create like a file on your computer, you have to put in your password. So to create a file, a new file, you got to put in your password. Then once it's there, it's slug new file or something, whatever it is. And if you want to change it to say something, then you have to put in your password again.
There must be a way to turn that off.
I would hope so, but it's by default it's there.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know.
I know.
Somebody could get into my computer and putting in file names. Oh my gosh.
And my phone last night needed an update, and I was afraid.
I got bugs on that.
I was afraid to press the button to say update the phone, because you never know what kind of crazy stuff.
Somebody on Facebook says my phone updated automatically, and now I've lost all my contacts. So if you're a
that is an Apple. I heard that last night, I think, with Apple. I hope that's right, but iPhone,
I haven't had that problem with the iPhone where it leaves everything out, but I tell you, I was working on. I'm trying to arrange my pictures every month. When I get done with the pictures, theoretically, at the end of the month, I have a file there, and it's called September 2015, and all the pictures are in there October 2015. And so I'm just trying to get that done, and I'm trying to create this file, and it's a subdirectory or something else, and I'm having a heck of a time finding it. And then all of a sudden, you're making a change to your computer. You need to put your password in. Put the password in. So then all of a sudden, there's the new files there, and I'm going to change it to October 2015. Oh, you're making another change.
You got to do another.
You got to
Well, they're supposed to make our lives easier, you know, but
and sometimes
sometimes
you stop and think about it when you go to a new version of Windows or Mac or whatever. All you're praying for is that it's not going to be too much worse, and it should be better.
Right, it should.
But you're just hoping that it's not going to mess you up too much.
Yeah. Well, another class we're going to have coming up is Excel. So I don't know if you've ever done anything in Excel.
Yeah.
A lot of business people like to use it. It can be used for so many different capacities. You could make a list for your Christmas cards in Excel, and
that's the only thing I use it for.
Okay, there you go. So I mean, it can be used for everyday uses as well. So that one's November 19th. A Thursday night again, 4 to 6.
Do you have fewer basic classes? Because by now you would think most people that want to learn the computer know it.
No, when we had the Connect Ohio grant a few years ago, that's when we originally, that grant helped us buy laptops. We served over 300 people with the basic computer classes over a couple of years. So it was ongoing because computers are still pretty new to some people. So and it's all ages, you're going from school age all the way up to retirees. So, there's a big demographic there. There's a lot of people in Asheville County. So I don't think that class will ever wear out. I really don't. I mean, maybe when our school age, these middle school age generation become adults, because now they learn it in school and, they're learning all these programs, but still, you need that refresher course because things are changing all the time.
The other thing you mentioned tablets is I could see a time where people don't have computers anymore. They just have tablets.
They've people have talked about that. I know Connie at Library is talking about maybe getting, going more to tablets. They've got those kid things. Then going to PCs. I mean, you see a lot of the PCs now, everything's built into the monitor.
Right.
So you don't have that big CPU anymore, everything's built in.
But, I use this probably 75% of the time.
Yeah. And we'll be going to touchscreens soon, at the libraries with Windows 10. Don't be surprised if you walk in the door and now, but people are used to that because they're used to their smartphones. So hopefully that'll help ease the process of using a computer.
You see the stories about little kids that go up to a magazine and they'll
the TV.
Because they're expecting
right. They're doing that to the TV. We've talked about this before. Yeah, that, our brains are evolving differently through our generations now. I mean, they've done a lot of different scientific studies on that. Yeah, so your grandson's brain is developing completely differly than yours.
Oh, thank God for that.
They're going to have really big brains. All these little kids who know how to use
Although, in my iPad, I've got things grouped like there's a thing for games, there's a thing for production, there's things for entertainment,
Sure.
there's things for, I don't like radio, all these apps like what is it called? Whatever it is. And so I had this game thing, and one of them asked if they could play some games. Well, there's all these different folders, and at the time they couldn't read.
Yeah.
And about 3 seconds later, they were into the games. Well, there was like 17 folders, and one of them contained games. How did they know which one was games? But it took no time.
Wow.
It's like they were born knowing where Angry Birds was.
Yeah, yeah. My only fear, like a lot of people, is we can't lose the handwriting. We can't lose the art of writing. And it was funny because I just saw the article in the Star Beacon about Platt Spencer and how Carl Feather put together a new display at Geneva Lodge. I don't know if you read that article. I was looking at that, and we're still able to read that calligraphy writing, and sometimes it's very challenging for us. So I just wonder, how is this going to evolve in the future, and how are kids going to be able to write and read that writing when that's kind of becoming obsolete?
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Although, okay, did you vote yesterday?
I did, of course.
So they had the new tablet things, and what you have to do, you had to sign your name on the tablet.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
You still have to sign your name.
Right.
Yeah, you still have to know how to do your signature. You still have to.
I mean, I don't know if they have to be because my handwriting is terrible. It wasn't good, and then I went to college, and it just went out the window. But I can remember so much emphasis, like in kindergarten, first grade. I can remember still, you had to hold the thing, and I'm left-handed, which is also bad, but you had to hold it at the knuckle. You had to slant it so that your hand, and then you would learn how to draw circles first.
Right.
And the teacher would walk around saying, you're sliding your hand, slide, 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 slide. And somebody would have beautiful handwriting, but their fingers up like this. And, no. And then take the hand and they go,
why does that remind me of Karate Kid? Wipe on, wipe off. Wipe on, wipe off. So
I don't know if they need that much, but to teach basic writing.
Yeah, I mean, because there are written records, like all of our medical records, and God knows you can't read a doctor's handwriting. Sorry for all the doctors out there.
But, maybe I use computers and stuff a lot, but if I am doing an interview with somebody, I can't sit there with an iPad and type in. If I was going to do an interview and quote back what you said, it's a lot easier for me using writing rather than printing to write it out and then try to figure out what I said later, but then to sit there and type it as you're saying.
Right, and I've heard a lot of college kids say too that instead of sitting there with their laptop taking notes in class, I rather write it down because I'm always drawing boxes around stuff, connecting thoughts, connecting ideas.
Well, when you write it, yes, you're also writing it in your brain.
And that's how I learn. I have to write it down. I'm not like a visual learner like that where I can just see it and know it. No, I gotta write it down and visually see it.
And you're right. Then you can underline stuff that's important.
Yeah. So that's everybody learns differently. So computers are not necessarily going to be the only tool of the future, I guess is what I want to say. But we're immersed in them, so that's why we have to offer classes.
Did you also see where the Kindle Fire, they have a $50 one?
Yes.
And it's got good reviews. I mean, that's going to be a game changer too.
Yeah, it does have good reviews, and
it's got a camera, it's got your web browsing, you can get onto Facebook, and all that stuff for $50.
Right, and you can come to the library and use the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
If you don't have Wi-Fi at home, it's okay. You just come, to our locations, or our Wi-Fi will work in Kingsville Township Park. So if people outside in the park when the weather is nice, or they're out in their cars, or when you're traveling, just a tip too, like if you need Wi-Fi and you don't have, that available to you, don't want to eat up all your data, because that's expensive, stop at a local library while you're traveling and use their free Wi-Fi.
Or Panera Bread.
Or Panera Bread, or whoever else, I love Panera.
Yeah,
I wish we had a Panera.
The McDonald's has also does, but just stay outside McDonald's, don't go in there. Don't go in McDonald's.
Why?
I don't know, because they're... I'm sure there's...
They're going to blackball you for saying that.
Have you ever heard my McDonald's story?
No, I don't.
I had a McDonald's story.
I'd rather not. I'll never eat there again.
Well, it's not about the food per se, but I wrote a column about, and I'll try to make this quick, but there was a couple of Edgewood teachers at the time, and they were trying to promote reading. And so they were pairing with local McDonald's that when you got a Happy Meal, there was something in there about the library. You could go there and get a free book or something.
That's pretty cool.
Well, that was pretty cool, except I wrote a column because I'm a vegetarian and they have terrible, everything's beet in it and it's awful. So I wrote something about why would you promote eating at McDonald's to young children? I mean, they should promote their book some other way. And the guy at McDonald's calls up, I was working at the Star Beat at the time, and he owned all the McDonald's around here except Andover, I think. And he was furious, and he says, "You better get over here because I'm taking your vending machine, I'm dumping it in the trash right now." And he did, money and all. And if you look, I think still today you will not see any Star Beacon vending machines. And this was like 7 or 8 years ago.
He's been generous to the libraries.
But he was very unhappy with me.
Yeah. But honestly, I mean, are people really avoiding McDonald's?
No,
we all know it's bad for us,
No.
But
every time there's something on Facebook about bacon, everybody goes, "Ooh, that's lovely. That's wonderful." Anyway.
Actually, my friend is a vegetarian, but he eats bacon. That's the only thing he'll eat, meat-wise.
And when I ate meat, that was the only thing I didn't eat was bacon.
Because you know how bad it is for you. So
anyway.
All right. Well, what else do we have going on?
Oh, you got lots of stuff going on.
I got so much going on. Okay,
have we had a commercial since we started?
No, we haven't.
Oh.
Do we need a commercial?
Yeah, let's do a commercial.
All right, we'll give everybody a break.
We're back with more things at the Kingsville Library with Mariana Branch.
Yes, so we're bringing back our movies. We love to talk about our movies,
yes.
right? So these are our afternoon movies, more geared towards adults, Do you have
one of those licenses for showing movies
absolutely.
inside?
Yeah, we actually
Because the county library just got one.
Yeah.
They had one for outside, but they have to have one different one for inside.
Yeah, inside is a blanket license, so it's good all year. The outdoor movies, you have to purchase those licenses every single time you show movies.
Oh.
Those are a lot more expensive because they think that you're going to have 1,000 people. You know what I mean? Where you don't, you have like 100, 150 or whatever. But we're going to be showing Max on November 19th at 1 p.m.
Oh, I just saw a commercial for that.
Yeah, so...
watch it on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
No, you don't have to. And you don't get free popcorn that way, right? So
no.
Come to the library, we give you free popcorn. There's a concession stand if you want drinks or candy. But so the book is, this was loosely based on a book. And it's about, this dog who was in Afghanistan with one of the soldiers, and unfortunately, soldier passes away, loses his life in battle, and the dog comes home to the younger brother of the soldier.
Right.
So that's kind of the beginnings of the story.
And at first, the dog's growling at him and stuff. And,
So, it should be a good one. It got really great reviews. It's rated PG, so, there shouldn't be a lot of violence or stuff like that. So it's supposed to be a great movie. So we really wanted to show it. It's by the producers of Marley and Me. I just saw that and Remember the Titans. So that's the same director there. He knew his dogs from Marley and Me. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that should be a really great one. So this is starting off, our fall, winter, Thursday afternoon movies, and I don't have the schedule for. I think we may skip December because December gets so crazy for everybody. It's just the holidays
all
are
those
coming.
decorated trees all over.
Well, okay, that's what we have to talk about. So we know the movie's on November 19th.
So is there school that day, or is this?
No. This is for our adult patrons or homeschoolers or whatnot. But occasionally we do show a rated R movie during these times. So when we showed The King's Speech, that was a great movie, but they were dropping the F word a lot. So, we when we're going to show a movie like that, we do it when the kids are in school. That way we know we have the adults coming in. And because, these movies, where can we see movies? We've got them all. Some movies come in and out so quickly. Some never even reach our theater, right? Because they're a smaller production. It's not a mega $1 million thing.
Right.
So this is our way to show movies, to the public for free and offer that service, and it's fun, and you don't have to drive too far.
Sometimes it's like you have to drive to the Cedar Lee in Cleveland to see some of that stuff. Even Erie doesn't have.
Yeah, some of the smaller films.
I used to, back when I went to video stores, I would be upset because there would be a really great movie and maybe it was in French with subtitles or something. And oh my gosh, and it was highly touted, but they wouldn't have that there. But the latest Mission Impossible 17, which got horrible reviews, and there would be 35 copies of it.
Exactly, yeah. So with CleveNet, too, with this huge sharing system that we have with the Cleveland Public Library and stuff, you can get all those small movies.
Yeah.
They buy those Sundance Theater winners and things like that. So it's really awesome because, you can get your blockbuster movie, but you can also get some of those smaller films that you really want to see.
Know.
And we've got the Welcome Center. It's got that huge wall, so we project on the wall. So visually it's great. We have our sound system set up, so the sound is good, and
and that's a good sized room.
It is. It's a very good sized room. We have comfortable chairs, so people really have enjoyed these afternoon movies. A lot of times we have our book club recommending things to us, or just patrons come in and say, I never got to see this movie, or this award winner, we'd like to see it. So we're definitely open to suggestions for that, especially during these winter months. In the spring, like after the awards, you got a ton of movies to show. But right now it's kind of quiet as far as, selections.
Amanda Laffer was on the other day. And she says that the license is only for certain movies, though, right? So you can't do...
Yeah,
is it like a large number, or is it...
It's a large number, and mostly the popular... Well, there are some smaller movies, too. I don't want to say just popular movies. But sometimes the production companies that are really small, we do have to pay an extra license fee, and then sometimes we don't show them because it gets expensive. I mean, there's no doubt. We can't afford everything. We have to be very careful with our budgets.
Well, the movie there, Max, I saw a commercial for that for pay-per-view, so that is something that's just... out of theaters and
it's a new movie. We just got the Blu-ray in, I think beginning of this week or late last week, so we've got the Blu-ray in, and we'll be showing that. And then you mentioned the trees, so I have to mention the trees because it is time for our Trim a Tree auction, but right now we're just handing out trees. So they're 24 inches, so about yay big, right? And our patrons can come in, pick one up. There's no cost, obviously, for the tree because, when people decorate the tree, that's where the cost comes in. So you can pick any theme, decorate your tree, bring it to the library, and then we'll have them on display from November. I think it was November 16th is a Monday. So you pick up a tree now, decorate it in 2 weeks, bring it back. And then everyone comes through and they bid on the trees. And there is a prize for best of show and the tree that gets the highest bid. So we do give out gift cards. So if anyone is really creative out there and can think of a really neat theme and wants to do this, we really appreciate it. It is a lot of fun. And then we have our auction it'll be on December 8th from 6 to 7 p.m. We have live Christmas music. One of our staff members, her daughter plays the harp. It's just beautiful. We have cookies and pie and coffee and hot chocolate. And then, at the end of the bidding, sometimes it gets a little nitty gritty because like last year there was like the frozen tree and everybody wanted the frozen trees, and they get into a little bit of bidding. Kind of like eBay.
They're rolling around on the floor hitting each other.
No, it's not that bad, but it can get really fun, watching people really want that tree for their grandchild or their daughter or whatever, son. So, themes, we've had everything. We've had beach glass, we've had, Pittsburgh Steelers, we've had traditional Christmas themes, we've had APL themes with dogs on them. I mean, it's just so interesting to see how creative everyone is and the different things. We've had military themed trees like little army men, and it's just really cool. So
have a lot of people picked up the
yes,
trees yet?
yeah, we have. We have, I think, about 15 trees out right now. Typically we have 40 trees come back, so the library is just
now, do they have to bring them back by that date, or can they?
Yeah, we really need them back by the 16th because that's when the bidding opens, and then there's only 2 weeks of bidding. Can you believe that? We're like so close to Christmas right now.
Well, Penny and I had this conversation, and it cannot be close to Christmas, and it cannot be close to Thanksgiving when you can get up and it's 61 degrees out.
Yeah, it is beautiful out, but it could snow, next week. So.
Yeah, it could.
I didn't say the S word. Yeah, we don't want snow. But
They'll
yeah.
get you an R for a movie if you say
Yeah.
snow, you know.
The only thing I feel guilty about is having these trees like on display before Thanksgiving. But for people to have enough time to see them, you know, we kind of have to do that. Because I can't tell you how much I hate walking into our local drugstore and they're, you know, Halloween's not even over and they had all the Christmas candy out.
Right.
I'm like,
but at least
down.
it's November 17th. It's not like...
Yeah.
And that way the staff at the library doesn't have to decorate.
Yeah, we don't have to decorate because we have all these beautiful holiday decorations donated to us. So yeah, and this is our fifth year. So this has been a lot of fun and it's ongoing, and you know we'd love for lots of people to participate and just come out on December 8th.
You can be creative to work for the libraries. I mean, it's not like you come in and get books anymore.
That's
and
very
go out.
true.
When Amanda was on, she's talking about this mustache thing. They're showing a movie, and they're putting a mustache on the screen, and then people are supposed to mark every time the mustache is lined up with a face.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I don't know if there's a prize or what, but I mean, who would come up? I said, where'd you get that idea? She says, I just thought of it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. We are very creative at the library. I mean, you're right. It takes a lot more than checking in and out books because we do a lot more than that. You know, between computer classes, our staff has to understand the technology because they're there to help our patrons. Right. You know, everything seems to be done online now between job applications, applying for Social Security. You have to be computer savvy. And then to be able to tell people about all our great events, you know, we have to create marketing art. So we're all, you know, part marketing people as well because you have to be able to, you know, have something that's pleasing to the eye, right? It catches their attention and brings them in. So, and then in December, end of December, we're going to show the Minions movie, but that is for the kids when they're off of school.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the Minions movie.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's going to be packed for that. We might even have to do 2 showings if we get that many kids, so...
They played 19th Nervous Breakdown by the Rolling Stones in that movie.
I didn't see it yet. Yeah, I'm looking forward
to
it.
There's no word. I mean, there's no words. It's all just pantomime.
Is it
But
really?
Yeah, but it's really good, yeah.
Yeah, they're funny. I mean, and I saw a lot of Halloween costumes with Minions, too, this year, which was a lot of fun. We were at the library handing out candy on Saturday, so. And then the kids were afraid to come in the door. That was the funniest part. Not the little ones. It was the older ones. I think they thought I was giving out books. So as soon as I said, no, I have candy for you, they were all like, oh, okay, you know.
I have a friend who's a dentist, and her husband is too.
Yes.
And I said, and they give out toothbrushes for Halloween. I says, how popular are you on Halloween? Yeah. She said, I don't care.
Is that Mike?
What's that?
Is that Sue and Mike?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
It's Rice. They live in Jefferson.
Yeah. So, well, that's good. And some of them were buying back candy. Remember, they would buy back candy per pound.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some dentists were doing that, so the kids could, you know, cash in.
I think it's a losing battle, though.
Yeah. Well, I like my candy, so I can't say. Yeah.
and it's not just. I mean, I was announcing last week. It's not just trick or treat are these hours, but if you go to trunk or treat at the Conneaut Library, you go to trunk or treat at the North Kingsville Municipal Building, which is North Kingsville is not where the Kingsville Library is.
Correct.
Yes.
We're still in Kingsville.
Right.
But we were all one at one time.
Yeah.
So we have to love each other.
Yeah, about 110 years ago or something like that.
Because they just celebrated.
Right. Yeah, because I can remember that was.
So it was 100 years. They just celebrated their centennial. So. Yeah, there's interesting. We should do History Thursdays too because I just helped with the Heritage and History Day for leadership.
Oh.
And I came across some cool stories, you know, like about Conneaut and Kingsville. Well, first of all, did you know Platt Spencer was when he was
from
a kid?
Conneaut.
Yeah, he was educated in Conneaut.
Yeah.
His brother lived in Kingsville. So there's a very strong Conneaut Kingsville.
You never see that
connection.
when they talk about that. It's always Geneva.
Exactly. I hope the Geneva people aren't watching because Richard Dana and I were on History Day and him and I were battling it out for Platt Spencer because I'm like, no, he was educated in Conneaut and his brother lived in Kingsville and he did his first speech at Kingsville Park, you know, so of course I was trying to have ownership.
Well, that's true though.
It is true, yeah. But we're all connected and that's what we have to remember. So, you know, we're all one big community and it's got to be that way, so... And then Christmas at the library for the little ones. On Saturday, December 5th, we have 2 sessions of our program for the kids. So I just want to let everyone know.
What are little ones?
What's that?
What are little ones?
Little ones would be from birth to 12 years old.
Oh,
so the Christmas program is open to all those children. You don't have to have a library card. Just call the library today or tomorrow this week to sign up, because this fills up quickly. So grandma and grandpa can bring them, aunt and uncle can bring the kids, whoever. They do a craft. There's always, we give out some books. There's always a puppet show. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. And they're about an hour long, so it's not too long.
Is there candy?
There's usually a snack, but I don't know if there will be candy or not. I think
maybe it'll be a salad.
Yeah, maybe do cookies or some salad. Yeah. That'll draw them in. Yeah. Let's give the kids salad.
But if you do give them salad, make sure there's radishes, because radishes are good. So.
My father-in-law would agree with you. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. But the website, if you couldn't carry along our conversation and all the different dates and times, people just have to go to our website. So just Google Kingsville Public Library, and you'll get all of our
Isn't it something events. Weird like Kingsville.obus.a?
Yeah, Kingsville.
It's like obstetrics or something.
Kingsville.lib.oh.us, and that's because we get our website for free.
Right.
So from Oakland, which is
right.
the Ohio Public Library Network or whatever. So yeah. So just Google us. It's easier, right?
Right.
Or bookmark us.
That's a good idea
too. You can bookmark us so you can get on there. Yeah. You've been checking out Hoopla still?
Yeah. We were talking about that this week.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, that is so simple too.
Yep. Very simple. 10 checkouts. I'm sure you're finding neat films on there.
Right. And like I said, comic books. You get comic books on
comic books.
Comic books are like $4. When I was a kid, they were 12 cents.
Yeah.
Back in when I was a kid, which was back like 5 or 10 years ago.
Well, it's huge right now. I mean, all the movies that are coming out, all the superhero movies, the TV shows. Jinx.
I was Monday night, I think it was. I was watching the new CBS series Supergirl.
Oh,
and that's DC Comics.
Yeah.
And opposite it on the CW was The Flash. Another DC Comics. I mean, they're pitting each other against each other. I don't understand.
Did you ever watch Agent Carter?
No.
Oh, I loved Agent Carter. Yeah. But of course it was a strong woman character, so how could I not love it? But and then Gotham.
Right.
Gotham is dark.
It sure is.
That's at 8 p.m. I'm shocked sometimes. What they're showing at 8 o'clock.
The grandkids aren't going to, well, at least when they're around.
They're young. But I mean, that's huge. Between all the Avenger movies and bringing back DC Comics and everything, it's just, comic books aren't going away. And, they now format books like comic books, and they call them graphic novels.
Right.
It's not because they're graphic, it's just that they're more pictures and less words, and that works really great for kids who don't like to read. Because it's like reading a comic book, but they're reading about Paul Bunyan, or you know what I mean? Like they have all these interesting topics, or Greek goddesses or whatever. So.
There's also books for like 2 and 3-year-olds that are superheroes that are very simplified, and they aren't like real violent. You don't have Batman whacking Joker in the head or anything. It's about Batman, and he tries to do good, and the end.
And next time I come, we're going to be talking about Star Wars, right? Because it's going to be time for this new Star Wars movie, and how fantastic is that? I mean,
that would be a good one to get in.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure somebody's going to be doing marathons too of them. So because you got to see them all before you see the new one, right? Isn't that the way it goes?
I guess. So. I don't know. After the original 3, I don't know the other ones I was that enamored with them. I think the last one was all right, but
we'll see how this one is. I think it's going to be interesting to watch some of the old characters come back, and come on, Han Solo and Chewbacca. You saw the trailer of the movie. It looks good so far.
I can remember in 1977 when the original Star Wars came out, and sitting in that theater, and it was just mesmerized by the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then later you read, well, all it was is an old Western that was revamped for sci-fi and all this stuff. It was like a gunfight in a Western town, and they just changed the location and everything.
Yeah, I remember too. I remember going to see the movie. I don't remember all the details because I was, a little bit younger.
Yeah, you were much
a little bit younger, but it was
the bar scene with all
a thing for everybody.
Right.
With all the different aliens, I guess. What would they be?
Yeah.
I guess they're considered aliens.
But when you think about it, we probably shouldn't be getting too much into movies, but when you think about it, before that and before 2001, science fiction movies were like cheap Plan 9 from outer space. What are we going to talk about a bunch of different things going on.
Yeah.
You were talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, we were talking about Star Wars when we popped into a commercial there unexpectedly.
The computer's got a mind of itself.
But I was just, we were just talking about the books that we have in the library that go along with these movies, and the Star Wars books are very cool because they've got the DK books that are like this thick. They have them for Lego too, now I'm thinking about it. And they've got like every character laid out and all the details and the weapon they carry and where they're from. And so we actually have board books too for Star Wars. So like you said, for the little ones, bringing it down, to that level. For the parents who saw Star Wars when we were young, that's fun too. That you can get the board books that are all themed. So yeah, stop in and see us. Yeah, if you haven't been for a while, don't be afraid to come into the library.
Now, a little philosophic. Is it okay to have simplified books of comic books and Star Wars and that sort of thing? Or should there be simplified versions of A Tale of Two Cities and Ivanhoe and that kind of stuff?
There are. In those graphic novels that I talked about, yes, they have the classics simplified. Yes. So they even have like books. We don't have the series, but they have like all the Shakespearean plays. Those are all simplified, and some of them are written like they were texting each other.
Really?
Yes, they're very interesting. So you can get those on CleveNet. Yeah, so it's like, hey, yo, Juliet, or whatever. But they do have the classics, and that's actually where those graphic novels come in handy, because it really breaks it down for the kids, It's like voting. Okay, here's my pitch. So, you get that big newspaper thing and there's 1,000 words on it. You don't want to read it. So I went on the Women League of Voters website where they simplified it. There's the pros and the cons and what the issue is about. Yeah. And it was clear to me, and I could read through that and make a choice, So that's kind of how graphic novels are. They just like get rid of all the extraneous and give you what you need and get the message across, and it's great for reluctant readers. It really is.
'Cause I can remember seeing books, I don't know if it was at the library or in a bookstore or whatever, and it was a kid's book of Shakespeare. But when you opened it up, it was just Shakespeare, the words, and it was just had like a colorful cover to attract children.
Yeah.
But once they open it up, unless they're really dedicated, it's going to be hard for them to go through there.
Yeah, that's going to be hard. It's like reading Lonesome Dove. Have you ever seen Lonesome Dove? The book is like
no, okay, I've seen the movie,
it's thick, yeah. You've seen the movie. Our book club tried to read it. It was like none of us got through it. It was just, you got to dedicate yourself to that. So
Titus Andromachus. But kids probably wouldn't want to read that.
No,
that's a little violent.
I'm trying to think of some other ones, but yeah. But the classics, the kids in high school are still reading the classics. So that's a good thing.
Yes.
My daughter just read in middle school War of the Worlds, so that's.
Oh, all right.
They're still, they're reading them. Yeah. Invisible Man. My son read that one in middle school, so yeah. So they're still reading those. It hasn't been lost from the curriculum. And then you have our English Festival books. Now those are typically newer titles, but that's very popular. And Conneaut Library is really active with that. Kingsville Library is working with Buckeye Schools with that. The event's in March, and the kids have about, I think it's 7 books that they read. And then they go to an all-day event about, literature. It's really awesome. And they do things from poetry to games to just different, activities to keep them involved and talk about the book.
They're branched off, not me, with you specifically, but they go into different classrooms and have different teachers at Kent State talking about poetry or different.
Well, actually, Kathy runs one of the one of the outbreak groups.
Kathy Page.
Yes. So
when she's not in England.
When she's not in England.
Yeah, I think she's in England right now.
Is she really? How do I not know this?
I said, can you come on next week? Or this was a little bit ago, and that's when Amanda came in. She says, "Oh, I'll be in merry old England."
Oh, well, my goodness, I should know these things. Her and I talk all the time. So okay. Oh, and November 13th. Our libraries are closed on Friday, November 13th. It's not because it's Friday the 13th.
Oh, Conneaut is too. Is that
Conneaut is too. We are doing an all-day training day with the 6 libraries in Nashville County that are on CleveNet that work closely together. So
which one isn't on CleveNet?
Asheville County District Library, and Geneva is their branch, and then Grand Valley. Those are the 2 that aren't on CleveNet. So the other 6 of us, we're doing all-day training on everything from technology to customer service to CleveNet, which, we need to know because that's how we help everybody get materials. So we're very excited, though, because we've been doing this the past couple years, and there's about 60 library workers who come together, and it helps us get to know each other. We work very closely together, and we get educated. So what could be better?
I can see 60 library people in a room, and somebody goes in and goes like that, and moves a chair or something. Everybody says, "Shh."
Everybody knows that's not the way it is. That's not the way it is anymore. Yeah. Now that makes people afraid to come into the library. Because that's what they remember. But it's not like that anymore. We're community centers. We're everything. We're where clubs meet. We're where we have movies. We have story time. You can still get materials. You can still have a study group. You can meet with a tutor. But libraries are diverse. We're very different today.
Let's on purpose about 4 minutes to go. So tell me about the last time you were on. You were looking at different scenarios for the library for maybe an addition or just repurposing
renovation.
Just repurposing what you have there. So have you come to any decision?
No.
Well, that's
all that for nothing. See you later. Well, it's a long process. We have meetings, obviously, once a month on this, and our meeting is Monday. So we are going to look at one other option because we want to take our time and make the right decision for the community and the library. So no, we haven't, but we know that we will be doing something.
Now, do you have to pass some kind of a library issue to get it done?
We most likely will, because nothing has been done to the facility really for over 25 years now. So we will need some community support, and from when we've talked to the community during our meetings, we hear that there is that support, that they appreciate us, they want us there. They like the restrooms open. Like this week we had a horrible plumbing leak that we could not find, and the restrooms were like closed, and we had to do restrooms across the street and all this interesting stuff. So
it was nice weather to go across the street.
Yeah, it didn't last long, but it's an inconvenience, and we just want to have the proper facility to, move forward with the future. And when things haven't been really done for 25 years, it's time to, take care of that. So as soon as I have something, I will share, what I can.
I can always just, when I think of the Kingsville Library, I think of the Kingsville Library seemed to have like computers for the public and stuff before. Maybe I'm wrong, but I got that perception. They had computers before maybe some of the other libraries in the area.
I don't know.
And you weren't there, so
I wasn't there, so I don't.
But
know.
It just seemed like that they tried to accommodate the public more with that, and they were kind of ahead of the time.
We've always been forward thinking, as most libraries are anyway today. But one of our challenges is that, through the years, our function changes, so we need to change our space. So we need study rooms. We have no study rooms. We need meeting space.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
That's what we're lacking. We have a ton of tutors coming in with students and no private space for them. We have people coming in and meeting, whatever private meetings they're having, and they need space. You have people working from home today. They come to the library because it's hard to work from home because there's a million distractions. So they'll come to the library maybe to get some work done. So, and programming is growing, and really we're undersized for what we do in our community.
When you have the programs for kids and stuff, those are always over at Simac?
They're always at the Simac Welcome Center, yes. If we did not have that building, we would really be in trouble.
You would have been expanding a lot earlier than this.
Right, yeah. So that building has helped us, tremendously. And people can rent it out, too. That's the other thing.
Oh.
It's a community center. It's one of the least expensive places you can rent anywhere in Nashville County. So if you never rented out for a party, that's something to look into. It has a full kitchen in the basement. It's available for the holidays. So, I think it's $60 if you're patron, $80 if you're not. So.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Yep, you got tables and chairs, and add on the kitchen for $20, and you got yourself a nice party. So, all right, that's my pitch.
Okay. And we've got maybe 30 seconds
30
left,
seconds.
something like that, 35 seconds.
Yeah.
So don't forget the Trimetry thing. When do
Please.
they have to pick? They have to have them back by
November 16th.
Okay.
So if you're creative, we need you. Pick up a tree. Yep.
Mariana Branch, Kingsville Public Library. Thanks for being with us.